Here with Ms. Abir Ahmad, now into details. A list of members of Pakistan Occupation Forces collaborators Rajakar has been published. As many as 10,789 collaborators have been named in the first phase list. The list includes only those who worked as a Rajakar during the Liberation War in 1971, said Liberation War Minister A.K. Mozammel Haq. The second list will be screened on the eve of March 26, added he. On May this year, the ministry sent letter to all deputy commissioners seeking list of Rajakars. The letter was resent in August as no satisfactory feedback came. The minister said government will make the full list public within a year or two following scrutiny. Meanwhile, pro-liberation forces urged to publish names of members in Al-Badr Al-Shams and the Peace Committee also.
We declared to publish the list of Razakars. We did not say to prepare. Publishing means the official documents government has. Many documents have been distorted and destroyed when the collaborators came to power.
Meanwhile, Law Minister Anisul Haq said the International Crimes Tribunal ICT must scrutinize the Rajakar list. All must be brought to book depending on the volume of offences, added he. He said this to newsmen after meeting Nepal's Deputy Prime Minister at the former's office in the capital on Sunday.
Crimes Tribunal todantokari.
International Crimes Tribunal's investigation agency must look into who can be sued and who should be brought to the book of the tribunal. Action must be taken if offensive evidence is found against anyone.
যদি তাদের তদন্ত করে তাদের অপরাধের প্রমাণাদি পায় নিশ্চয়ই তাদের বিচার হবে.
Besides, the Muktijuddho Moncho brought procession in Dhaka University welcoming the list of Rajakars. Leaders of the pro-liberation forces thanked the government for marking the 71 collaborators public. They are also demanding to screen all the Rajakars gradually across the country. Besides, the platform also urged to conclude trial for committing crimes against humanity during the Liberation War in 1971. They further pressed to oust descendants of the collaborators from job and confiscate all of their movable and immovable assets. Besides, the Muktijuddho Moncho demanded to cancel the declaration of Jamaat's mouthpiece Daily Shangram for defaming the murdered. The government has been working to make armed forces more modern, professionally skilled and well-trained to keep pace with the changing world, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The Prime Minister was addressing the graduation ceremony of the National Defence Course 2019 and Armed Forces Work Course 2019 at Sheikh Hasina Complex in Mirpur Cantonment on Sunday. The Premier said the forces are being trained up in line with the forces goal 2030 by taking various measures such as collecting latest military hardware and arranging training courses as well. Government take hundreds of development projects so that the future generation would not experience woes and miseries, added she. Sheikh Hasina urged the graduates to work for ushering the nation towards stability, self-reliance and sustainable development.
Heartfelt congratulations to you. Along with you, I would like to congratulate your better halves as well. They have contribution also. We are well aware of things what is necessary for developing the armed forces as a strong and time-befitting one and taking crucial measures accordingly. Every human being should belong to true patriotism, duties to mankind and affection for other beings. We want to build such a Bangladesh which would have no we and misery in future and the generation would no more face what we had to.
India is pushing a none-rather many intruder with the help of brokers seeing the healthy socio-economic situation in Bangladesh, said Foreign Minister A.K. Abdul Momen. However, if they must be deported if identified as foreigners, added he. The minister was speaking to newsmen at the ministry on Sunday. He also expressed optimism over exertion of further global pressure on Myanmar after the ICJ hearing.
India is not pushing in anyone. We said to inform us if any Bangladeshi citizen lives there illegally. We will maintain the standard procedure to return them. Our economic condition is very good. If anyone comes here, gets the job soon, especially the ultra-poor can have food free of cost. They have been just enticed. In comparison to India, our economy is very potential.
On the other hand, Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir said Bangladesh is deeply observing the protests and situation in India. The Foreign Ministry has been staying alert regarding the issue. He said this while speaking to a program at Bangabandhu Avenue on Sunday. If any bilateral issue arises with India, Bangladesh wants to resolve through peaceful dialogue, added he.
We have a very positive and good tie with India. We don't want any crisis to be created in the relation. If any problem arises, we will try to find a resolution through bilateral talks.
Meanwhile, members of Border Guard Bangladesh BGB nabbed 6 people, including a child, with infiltrating into Bangladesh along the boundary fence in Sostar Bazar area of Maheshpur. The arrest was made as they intruded into Bangladesh illegally, BGB said. Later on, the detainees were handed over to Maheshpur police stations. Besides, they were also sued under Passport Ordinance Act for unlawful trespassing. During the primary interrogation, the arrestees said they have been living in India after they had gone there for work. Today is December 15. On this day in 1971, valiant freedom fighters freed Chapai-Nawabganj districts from the clutches of Pakistani occupation forces after a 9-month war of independence. On December 14, Bir Shrestha Captain Mohiuddin Jahangir was murdered in the war in Chapai-Nawabganj, while Captain Ghiyasuddin, Lieutenant Rafiqul Islam and Lieutenant Abdul Qayyum Khan with the freedom fighters entered the Chapai-Nawabganj town on December 15 and freed the district. A cargo vessel carrying cement clinkers has capsized after it collided with a passenger launch in Kirtankola River in Borishal Shodor Upazila last night. No casualties were reported so far, said an official of Bangladesh Inland Water Transport Authority (BIWTA) in Borishal. The Borishal-bound cargo vessel from Chattogram sank in the river immediately after it collided with Dhaka-bound launch MV Shahrukh 2 from Borguna in Borishal River port area around 10:30 p.m. Saturday night. Nearly 300 passengers of the launch were taken to Dhaka by another launch as a crack developed on the bottom of the launch following the collision. Police, fire service and staff of BIWTA took part in rescue operation to rescue the passengers. At least 4 people have been killed in separate road mishaps in Rajshahi and Chuadanga. A motorcyclist and a pedestrian were killed in a road accident at Tetultola in Mohanpur. The deceased were identified as driver Sifat Hussain of Shah Magdum police station area and pedestrian Khair Ali of Keshwarshat area in the Upazila. Police said the accident took place around 8:45 am when motorcyclist Sifat hit Khair after losing control over the steering, leaving them critically injured. On the other hand, a pedestrian died in road accident in Chuadanga.